convergence of the Three Rivers on Art Rooney Drive. We welcome you to Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. This was the scene just a few moments ago as the Pittsburgh faithful were fired up by the hometown Steelers taking the field. They're all set as they'll match up with the Washington football team.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
The bye weeks are over. It's all about football all the time as we're underway here in Week 13. Taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
They go play action here on first down. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
And a Washington first down.
And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Second and 11 at the 41. Now a give, right side. Gibson. And 3 yards there, takes him to the 45.
Ball carrier.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Third down.
The Steelers now in the nickel here on third down. That's going to set him back 5 yards. After the delay, they're backed up even further for third and long. From the gun, it's Allen. Got an open man, finds Gibson. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. A first down and then some. Give him 29 yards.
Washington.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. Steps away to his left. And that's going to be incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up, second and 10. To throw again, Allen. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 12 yards there and a first down.
First down, Washington.
They'll try the left side. It's Gibson, and there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 14. To throw, it's Allen. Throw to the right here, taken in by McLaurin. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
Well, I know from past experience, before you actually play a game, you visualize what's going to happen. And I don't know anyone who doesn't visualize themselves being in the center of what's going on. That's 3 catches for him here in the early going. He's got to like the way this is starting.
Absolutely. 3 catches on any drive is good. Opening drive, that's a tone setter. 3rd and medium, they opted to run instead of pass, and it worked. 1st down. Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with a new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Antonio Gibson hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And Washington takes the ball down the field and scores on their opening drive. It's good, and Washington will take a 7-0 lead.
7. Steelers, nothing.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
At their own 26-yard line.
The first carry now for Tony Pollard. And nothing doing on his first run. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. In on the stop, the former Georgia Bulldog, Roquan Smith.
2nd and 10 at the 26-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now Kaepernick. That ball caught by the former Toledo Rocket, Deontay Johnson. And they worked this well upfield across the 45. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
48-yard line.
They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory. Roquan Smith, the Bears' leading tackler last season, makes the stop. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Shotgun snap now for Kaepernick. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Well, that one was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
Here's Snell on 3rd down. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. On 4th down, here comes the Steeler punter Jordan Berry to kick it away. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. With it is Brown. And he is out of bounds, able to get it across the 20-yard line. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They have to be thrilled with that first drive that got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
And the Washington first down.
And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
On 2nd and 12, Allen. Eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by the all-pro safety, Minkah Fitzpatrick. And a big return will get him all the way down to the 35. He got outside the pocket there trying to improvise, and he was calling for the ball downfield, but still the interception.
I think what happened, he did call for the ball thinking that he was open. I think the quarterback spotted him too late, and that margin that he had on the defenders, that got eaten up, and they came up with the interception.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
2nd and 8 at the 33-yard line.
2 minutes on the quarter, 7-0 ball game. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. Danielle Hunter make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Here's 3rd and long. Kaepernick needing a big play to counteract the sack. From the gun, it's Kaepernick. And going deep for Hill. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Now Pollard. And the Steelers are going to be looking at a 1st and goal as he's out of bounds at the 3-yard line. When we talk about being on schedule, I think they're on schedule after that run, getting it right down there on the doorstep.
Maybe even a little bit ahead, because now the defense can't dictate with pressure. They're guessing about where you're going to go.
Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Tyreek Hill with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2.
7. Chris Boswell, the kickoff for Pittsburgh.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Taken at the 15, a short kick. Oh, look at the juke. And a nifty return there all the way across the 40.
In a tie game, both sides are looking for something to give them an advantage. It often falls back on special teams, and that return, that could be the spark to untie the game.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. A tale of 2 extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do?
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Lane. And it's a good return here as he'll get all the way up close to the 35. Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to unnerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one, or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Working from the gun, it's Kaepernick. And this one is incomplete. He was looking for Tyreek Hill that time. And it's 3rd down.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
On 3rd down, it's Pollard. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half.
Yard line.
On 1st down, Kaepernick. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. So a challenge coming down from the booth, and that's where these challenges come from, of course, in the final 2 minutes of the half.
Yeah, now we're going to New York, right? That's command central for the officials. They'll talk, they'll take a look at it, communicate with the referee at the game site, and issue a final decision because they do have the final call now.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Kaepernick. And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the 2nd down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the 2nd quarter. Here's 3rd and long. Kaepernick needing a big play to counteract the sack. To throw, it's Kaepernick. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. Here's Jordan Berry now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Now a high kick, almost a pooch punt. So a touchdown apiece. That's what we have to show at halftime as they head to the locker room. 7-7 our score. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, set and ready to go for the 2nd half. 1 touchdown apiece. 7-7 our score. This will make it into the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. The intended receiver there, the rookie Chase Claypool. But it's going to be 2nd down.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
Run for Pollard. And he's going to get this all the way down to Washington's 24-yard line. 36-yard line. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. Give him 42 yards on the ground. First down, and it's Pollard again. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level, because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
That catch good for only a couple.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Antoine Winfield Jr. picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in, coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
And he's going to lose yardage here back at the 8. And that's a loss of 7 on the first down play.
He's taken down back at his own 8-yard line.
Throwing on second and long. Allen slings this deep from McLaurin. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete.
Allen.
A huge play there for Washington. 53 yards.
Tell the truth, partner. You didn't think he was coming down with that one, did you? Come on, tell me the truth.
No, I didn't. I'll tell you what, though. A one-handed grab of that length. Talk about giving your team a little juice.
Oh, big time. I mean, everyone's going to be excited about that one, whether you're on the field or not. It permeates its way through the entire team. And
this is taken in for a Washington touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown, his 4th touchdown on the year. And Washington has taken the lead. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. And this carries into the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
At the 22-yard line.
Going to run again here with Pollard. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves him with a 3rd and 3.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Throwing his Kaepernick on 3rd down. He finds his target. It's Schultz. And he will have a Steelers 1st down, I do believe. Yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a 1st down. On play action, it's Kaepernick. Oh, that was dangerous.
Kaepernick's pass.
Threw it into coverage, almost picked, but instead they'll keep it on 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 10.
3rd quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10.
Here we go, 50-50. Mike 50. It's been a long day for you.
They run the counter. Snell. And this is going to be a Steelers first down as he's got this up to the 40-yard line.
Pittsburgh Steelers. First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's first and 10. To throw, Kaepernick. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to be a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. On second down, it's Snell. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Here's Jordan Berry now as he's on to punt for Pittsburgh. 42 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return. And the Washington offense will be backed up to start this drive as they've got it first and 10.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game, and you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
After the incomplete pass, here now is second and 10. Play action. Now it's Allen. Flush to his right. And this is going to be incomplete. Devin Bush, the linebacker, was the one there in pass coverage.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. T.J. Watt in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Allen will look to throw for it on 4th. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Kenny Moore. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown.
Chris Boswell on for the point.
So they go on 4th down. Not only do they not get it, it turns into 6 points the other way. Disastrous.
And many people think you should just go ahead and knock it down in that situation. Turn it over for the offense. But I had a defensive coordinator recently tell me, we see that as a passive play. We don't do that anymore. We want the ball in our hands, and we want to head the other way.
It's probably also instinct a lot of times. If you see a lot of green grass ahead of you, go ahead and grab it.
It's the exact right play to do. That's knowing when to break the rules and when to make a play that maybe you hadn't been taught.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
They will look to flush the memory of that pick 6 as we now have a brand new tie ball game here in the 4th quarter, getting down to the good stuff. Flushed out right. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Sean Murphy-Bunting. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. He violated a big-time no-no in throwing that pick. Rolling right, throwing across his body.
And you know that your dad taught you that in the backyard when you were a tight.
Yep.
Don't do it. The problem, every now and then you get away with it.
Number 20, Tony.
This time, not the case.
Danielle
Making the stop there, Danielle Hunter.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
On second down, here's Kaepernick. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 25. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line.
They'll take over.
So how about that for a momentum switch?
33.
We're in the fourth quarter, and it's a tie game. You've got to take care of the football here. Now their opportunity to take the lead right out the window, and everything is flipped in the other direction.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. They'll run on first down. Gibson. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line.
Kenny Moore brought him
He
down.
continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And got his man complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A gain there of 30 big ones.
First down, Washington.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. They'll try the left side. It's Gibson, and he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
So still 14 yards to go, 2nd down.
To throw is Allen. Escaping the pressure right.
And he'll get this to Antonio Gibson complete.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do, because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot that they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. But it's hard to do because when you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards him.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
They picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Now Allen. And this is going to be intercepted. Joe Hayden, the veteran, with a pick. And they'll have the football, but deep in their own territory as he's brought down at the 5. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. And going deep for Hill. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts.
As they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. a shotgun handoff to Pollard. And from the 4, they get it to the 8 on a pickup of 4. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. On 3rd down, Snell. And he's going to lose yardage here back at the 8. Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. Here's Jordan Berry now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. So a good punt there, but a very strong 14-yard return. And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. Marquise Brown was the intended target. That'll bring up 2nd down. Allen to throw. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. So a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
Fields it in the middle of the end zone.
And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line. Yeah, this is going to put him back with a not great field position.
So they really got zero benefit at all, right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return. Then the penalty brings it back, but you still have great field position. As you pointed out, not in this case.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Here's Pollard. And strong running there gets this up over the 15-yard line.
The ball carrier.
Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. Short gain there to start overtime.
Almost a tester play, wasn't it? Wanted to see if the guys on defense were going to fit the gaps the correct way, because we're in overtime. So it's not just physical tiredness out there, right? Mentally, are you still doing what you're supposed to do? And they were up to the task on that play.
And certainly fatigue on both sides of the football. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down.
2 on the play. Brings up 3rd and 4.
First throw of overtime for Kaepernick. And that will be incomplete.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
.46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. They'll call this a 41-yard punt, 7 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over.
47-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it. But they turned it back over to them, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. An excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
Yeah, part 1 is done, now part 2. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Allen. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 15 yards on the play. First down. Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. Well, they said it's not the X's and the O's.
And he is in for the score. And it is absolute stunned silence here as they win it on the road in overtime. Partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, tried to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters what you wanted, but how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
So for Washington,
their very slim playoff hopes get a boost as they move to 5-7. And they'll get another road test next week as they have to go to Santa Clara to take on the 49ers. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, this loss cost them in the playoff chase as they fall back to 7-5 on the year. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head up to Orchard Park to take on the Buffalo Bills. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.